Well, today's groundbreaking ceremony is incredible. It means a lot to, I think, us as a community. Of course, it means a lot to me, in terms of the work that's been put in, but it means a lot to our community. We are now better able to preserve Davenport's rich history, which dates back pre-Civil War with some significant events that have happened in this area through Reconstruction and then through Civil Rights Movement. And up to this day, there are a lot of Davenport firsts that we want to talk about that are racial and ethnic, Black, Indigenous people of color. And so we want to make sure we tell all those stories. And really that's about it. And make sure that leave room and space for people to interpret those stories and to be able to understand what it may have been like living in Davenport before the turn of the century, in the 20s, and so forth and so on.
What will this park not only do for this immediate community, but for the Quad Cities once it's completed? What will this area do?
Well, our hope is in that this park will be a gathering space for crucial conversations that I think we just need to have. I come from a philosophy that many of our issues and problems we have are simply because we haven't come together and communicated necessarily and understood our history. And I think there's a rich history here in Davenport when it comes to ethnicities and races and cultures coming together and doing some things. Yes, there's some dark things that have happened, but then there are some really bright moments. So our hope is that we can have some key, meaningful conversations around culture and ethnicities. Food always is a good gathering, and music are also good gathering points to bring people together. But it's about walking away from here, from this location, with a better understanding of our past and who we are as human beings and who we can be in our future.
And could you talk about the significance of this location for the park?
Yeah, so this location is significant for a number of reasons. We have, as I mentioned previously and through our literature, the first Black business was here. There was a tavern called the Bluebird Tavern that can bring the music piece in with Bix Beiderbecke and Louis Armstrong. We're believed to have played here. Finding the physical evidence of that, it's all hearsay that we have that notice, but it brings us in to have a jazz conversation, a blues conversation. And then, of course, the derogatoriness of things when it comes to Ethiopia Road, Darktown Road, and what was meant in the papers that were written in that time, and the narrative of what was being said, even about Lindsay Pitts, was somewhat negative. Yet he persevered, and so it gives us hope that we can then persevere. And of course, the ultimate piece is that Dr. King spoke from Vicky Palmer Hall, just right up the hill, an eye shot from here, his only visit to Davenport.
Long time coming. Sounds like, I think you said 14, the idea started kicking around, and 9 years later, we threw dirt around a little bit.
Yeah, this has been a long time coming, and as I said in the speech, this has been a journey that I've embraced. Honestly, I've been worn out a couple times in this journey, just with being my first time with a major project, not knowing that I would need to be a part of raising a $1.2 million $1.2 million budget, and then figuring all the different construction meetings, architectural meetings, the fundraising meetings, the meetings with the city. It's been quite a bit, but this is rewarding to be able to turn dirt today and to see that this will be coming a part of Davenport. And our goal, our hope is that this will be, we'll be here doing a celebration this fall, early fall, is our hope, our dreams, and our plan. That's what I've been assured by the construction team, so we'll go with that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think during anybody talking, I don't think anybody gave us a ribbon cutting day.
Yeah.
Do you have it kind of a set?
We don't have a ribbon cutting day yet. There was a couple of things that when they started doing some preliminary work for today, they noticed some deterioration in our retaining walls, for instance. I don't think there's anything underground that they've found so far, so it should be a smooth process. And I believe all the materials, from what my understanding is things are coming in as expected. So I don't think there's going to be a delay on supply chain and that nature. So I think we got fingers crossed, we're looking for smooth sailing on this one.
So you open this fall then sometime?
Yes.
And can you maybe just point out some of the main elements of the park, just like as we're here on the site, looks like the entrance might be over there.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start with our donor wall because that's an important piece. We wouldn't be here if not for our donor. So our donor wall will basically be next to the building, the entry point, and it was, for me, it was strategic to make sure that it was there because in the winter, when the park is not in use, yet the inside space is in use, we can still see the donors who contributed to this park and this facility. And then if I go across the front, the Martin Luther King Park, the marquee sign that will be up, indicating coming up Brady Street, will be there. Then we have along Brady Street behind me, going up here, we're going to have the majority of our history display panels. And again, those panels the intention is that we tell the stories of either Davenport's history. So it could be a storyline of Davenport civil rights history, which is, you can name a lot of individuals and a lot of pieces in that. It could be Davenport's Black history. It could be Davenport's, the Blues Society. I'm working with the Mississippi Valley Blues Society, so we're going to tell a story with the Blues Society. And